USA.
You're watching USA, America's all-entertainment network.
Welcome to the weekly meeting of the Liars Club. In attendance are 4 of the biggest liars you'll ever meet. Peter Lawford, Betty White, Jim McKrell, and Larry Hovis. And now here's the man who will try to keep them honest, the president of the Liars Club, Bill Armstrong.
Hi, and welcome to the Liars Club. You have just met 4 of our charter members, and they're good at it. Now let's meet some of the players that our fabulous fibbers over here are going to try and fool. Bill?
From Canoga Park, Lorraine Burton. From
Hi, Lorraine.
Westwood, Bobby Bennett.
Hi, Bobby.
From Woodland Hills, Bud Meringer.
Hi, Bud.
From Encino, Pat House.
Hi, Pat. Good to see you. Let me explain to you the rules of the game. We're going to show you a variety of strange objects, one at a time. Now, each one of our charter members of the Liars Club over there is going to tell his version of what that item really is. One will be telling the truth, the other 3, that's why we call it the Liars Club. Your job is to pick the real story from among those 4, okay? Simple. Okay, first of all, you must have won the toss backstage because you're sitting in our first seat. You're Lorraine. I'm sorry you had to peek. Okay, you will have your choice of all 4 players on the first bet, and that means your odds will be 2-1. Okay, Bobby? You're at 5-1 because you have your choice of the remaining 3. Bud, you'll be at 10-1. And poor Pat down here, just because there's nobody left and you have to take whatever's left, we'll give you 20-1, in case you happen to be right. And we start you all off with 100 Liars Club dollars. We'll go over here and find out what strange object is sitting right in front of Peter Lawford.
Well, our first item, and this is the truth, could be found in, it's a signal device for bellboys in old hotels.
Don't know how to open it, do you?
There we are. Well, it's been a long time, 1890-something. And as a matter of fact, this one came from the Connaught Hotel in London, and somewhere in the early 1900s. And they would put the keys here, or messages. The bellboy would come, being, you know, it would ring like that, and for the guests, they just turned around like this, and messages, keys, and everything like that. That's what it was used for.
Now I recognize him.
Oh, yes, yes. Okay.
Peter broken.
Okay.
Don't I know you under the name Mr. Smith?
No, that's a good story, though, but that isn't it, because this was sort of the forerunner. Oops! How dare
Of a gotcha. Gotcha.
Oh, thank goodness my eyes are that close together. But anyway, the thing is, that this was kind of a forerunner in photography. In the darkroom, in a photographer's studio, he would simply dry his negatives this way. He would put them on here, and that was before they had electric dryers and fans. And he would hang them on there to dry, and then this was a bell, and he would just simply hit it with a little knocker or whatever, and would make it make people aware that it was all right to open the door, and they could come in the dark room.
Oh,
That is
really a darling story.
I gotta tell you something.
Okay, Jimmy.
Peter's story, but Betty, that was really, no.
You ran over my entire finger.
What this is, folks. Whoops, I stepped on my, there.
Wire.
My wire, which they plugged me into.
I'd advise you
Actually,
not to open it.
this show business, he almost lost his wire. Show business has been around a long time, and back in the days when there were tent shows, all this is, very simply, is a portable turnstile. Now, when people wanted to come in free, they would go, not a lot of people got in free. But they would do that sort of thing and let them in free for the rehearsal show, and that is really a bore.
A portable turnstile. Okay. Larry.
That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. I'll tell you what this is. Very simple.
None of us could work.
You're not going to believe it, but this is a wool winder. This was used commercially, and if you had one at home, you could use it at home too. But it's used to wind wool. Instead of having somebody hold their arms, you wound it on this. Now you can adjust this for any size of the spool of wool that you're going to be winding, assuming you're stronger than I am. But I have to gain 2 pounds to be anemic. And that's what it is. It's a wool winder.
A wool winder. That's a darling story. Okay, players. You heard all those stories. Let me recap quickly. Peter said it's a bellhop's key holder for the keys and the messages in the hotel. Betty said it's to dry negatives when you happen to be in the dark room and you ring the bell when it's done. Jim said it's a portable turnstile from show business. Been around a long time. Larry said it's a wool winder in case your wool is running slow. Okay? Now, you're in first position. Go ahead. You have 100 Liars Club dollars. You can bet up to 50. Where will you go?
Oh, they're all terrible. I think I'll bet $30 on Larry.
$30 on Larry. Okay, and down to you, Bobby.
For $30.
You're at 5 to 1, remember.
For $30, I'm yours. Matter of fact, I'll pay you.
Toss up.
Well, toss it up.
Yeah. Okay, I'll bet $10 on Pita.
Okay, $10 on Peter leaves. Jim and Betty, you're down to 10 to 1, Bud, because you only have 2 stars left to choose from.
I don't have the slightest idea, but I'm going to go to the dark room with Betty.
You're going to the dark room with Betty?
Only with
$10. $10 to go to the dark room with Betty. And Pat, here we are at 20 to 1. Jim McKrell and his portable turnstile. What do you think that's worth?
Step in, my dear. You really want me to answer a question like that. How about $5? $5
on Big Jim.
Sorry, Jim.
Okay. The bets are all in. Let's find out, in fact, what that big pull-out object really is. Bill Barry?
Well, according to our source authority, the Antique Guild in Culver City, they say this is a wool winder.
We'll be back to play more Lions Club, but we gotta go right now. Come on back.
Oh, it's beautiful. Did Daddy see it? Mr. Macho cried.
Hey, I always cry when I'm hungry.
What goes great with happiness? Something sitting on a Ritz. Everything will taste better. Taste better when it's sitting on a Ritz.
Ritz makes food taste great.
When it's sitting on a Ritz.
Try low salt Ritz, too. Great Ritz taste with less salt.
Nabisco.
My new tub made of fiberglass was installed by men made mostly of dirt.
Using a liquid cleanser?
I guess I have to.
Bet you'd like to use Comet.
I love to use Comet. But see this label? Abrasives may scratch.
But this label says safe as a liquid.
I wouldn't bet on it.
I would. Today's Comet has no harsh abrasives, so it's safe, it's tough.
It's beautiful. Do you do kitchens?
Today's Comet, as safe as a liquid, as tough as Comet.
Presenting the Saran Wrap Challenge. Split an onion. Wrap half in Saran Wrap. Wrap the other half in any other plastic wrap. If a plastic wrap won't keep odors in, it can't keep freshness in. Separate the halves and wait an hour. Smell each half. Saran Wrap keeps odor and freshness in. If you don't get the same results, we'll refund your money and buy you the wrap of your choice. Saran Wrap. Nothing protects food better. We guarantee it.
America's secret weapon.
I want Airwolf. You can give it to me or I can take it.
But only one man commands Airwolf.
Sometimes, Hawk, you amaze even me.
Jan Michael Vincent, Ernest Borgnine, Airwolf.
Today at 7 on USA. They live for danger.
All right, freeze, turkeys.
They're the guys from Riptide. Private Eyes with a Punch.
Just like a spy movie, isn't it?
Perry King, Joe Penny, and Tom Bray. Riptide. Tonight at 8 on USA. Cary Grant and Katharine Hepburn do some dirty dealing.
Why, you little devil.
As Cary Grant Week continues with Sylvia Scarlett. Tomorrow at noon on the USA Movie.
Hey, we're back to Liars Club,
You're
and
right.
just in time. This is.
You're right.
Just in time to find out what Larry Hovis is holding in his hand.
This particular device or instrument is called a sigmoidoscope. And this is used by doctors in examination. A lot of times, you know, it wouldn't be that familiar to you because quite often when they will employ this device, this sigmoidoscope, they will, of course, ask you to turn the other way.
I don't know what to call that.
A sigmoidoscope.
Sigmoidoscope.
Oh, yeah.
Just in case. Very harmless, actually. This comes from the collection of Margaret Mead.
Don't do that.
Actually, this is an archaeologist's tool.
Dr. Lee?
No.
It's a mummy tickler.
You see, when they're doing archaeological excavations, they have to sometimes blast out very, very tiny segments so they can leave a card over there that says speed up. So they can leave the thing that they're looking for. So they take just very, very tiny amount of nitroglycerin, put it into the little hole, and it go boom. At least that.
Okay. Ready?
I thought Larry's was embarrassing till I heard his. You know what? This is in a hothouse. Whatever. But
Sigmund's tool.
no, you put it into the soil and you put the various chemicals in for your very fine special plants, and you just put the chemicals in there, and that way you inject the right amount of chemicals for the right amount of special plants.
Okay.
I'm a horticulturist.
Can't wait to get rid of this thing.
Just watch where you put it.
Very simply, this is used with, for wild animals and wild and dangerous animals, because after they tranquilize them, they feed them their vitamins or pills or whatever to shove it down their throats, very gently like that.
That's why you had it over at the house.
It's a veterinarian's, tool, that's what it is.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, we heard 4 wild stories, players. Let me recap it for you quickly. Peter said it's a veteran animal's tool, which you put vitamins down wild. Right. You put vitamins down a wild animal's throat, which is certainly different from Larry's story, you've got to admit, right?
Yeah, we get you coming and going.
Then
You know
he
what I
said
mean?
it was a chemical injector that you use in your hothouse. Jim said it was an archaeologist's tool.
Right.
Good. Got it. Okay. Larry, we all know what Larry called it. A sigmoidoscope, a doctor's peeking tool we'll go for. How's that? Bobby, it's up to you. You have $90, and you are now in our first position, and your odds are now 2-1. You may have your choice of all 4 of those darling stories.
Okay, I'll bet $20 on Peter.
$20 on Peter.
Yep.
Okay. Moving over to you, Bud, at $90. 5-1. 3 stars left.
I'll go with Jim for 30.
Jim for 30, archaeology and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Betty and Larry are left. Pat, you're at $95. You're at 10-1. And you may bet up to $50.
I think I'll try Betty for 25.
You'll try Betty for 25.
You'll get changed.
What does that tell you, Larry? Anything? Well, Lorraine, you have $160. What's Larry's story worth to you?
Just fly by the seat of your pants.
What would you like to shoot on that?
Well, so ridiculous. How about a couple of dollars?
$2?
Yeah.
Okay, $2. Don't have a lot of faith in you, Larry.
No, I know.
Bill
I know.
Barry, would you tell us quick so we can get this one out of the way what that was?
Physicians Equipment Company of Los Angeles says this is a sigmoidoscope.
To 200. See how it works out. You
But she still came out a winner in the end.
Yes, she came out a winner in the end, Jim. Let's try another object, shall we? And move along.